Hi, my name is Nikki. I'm a sophomore here from Golden, Colorado, and I am double majoring in International Affairs and Chinese. So I transferred to CU last fall, so fall of 2018, from the University of Mississippi. I would describe my overall experience as a transfer student as pretty good. One thing that was really great for me is almost all of my credits transferred from my last university, which was something that was really important to me, so I didn't have to retake too many classes. And I found the transition, it was definitely different. The professors are different than at my other school. The online portals, the way that we do things is a little bit different, but I found it all pretty easy to figure out. And within a few weeks, it really felt like home here. Advice I really would have liked to know before transferring here is that, or just before transferring anywhere, is that it's going to be hard at first, and you don't always realize that the first few weeks, even a month, is kind of difficult just because you're used to being at another university where you know people, you've done your freshman year there, maybe your sophomore, you've just know the community, you know all the people pretty well, and then coming to a completely new school, it can be a little daunting just because you're used to having that community, and so you're in kind of a new community. But I found that once I got past those few weeks, that first month, everything really started to fall into place, and it really felt like home. And now I love it here. I love all my friends and things like that, but it's just the first little bit can be really tricky, and my thing is just like, don't let that discourage you and just keep on pushing through, and you're here for a reason. Like, I always doubted. I was like, why am I transferring? I liked my other school. It just didn't feel like my home, and within a few months here, it really felt like home here. So that's my biggest advice, is just it's not going to be easy at first. It might be, but it is not weird if it's not easy at first. That's super normal. And just you got to push through it, and everything gets so much better, I promise. I love everything about CU, honestly. First off, it's gorgeous. I'm super outdoorsy. I love just like skiing and being outside, even if it's not doing like physical activity, still just walking around in beautiful like Boulder. I've really loved that. It's a great place to come to school. And also, I just love the community here, and I know that kind of sounds like a cliche, but that's something that really helped me transfer and really helped me get to the transition, is everyone is so awesome and super welcoming, and that's something that I was really scared about. And that's one of my favorite things that I've noticed here. And also, I've loved all my professors. I've gotten super close to a lot of them, and they really, really push you to work your hardest and do your best. And that's something that I do think is honestly unique to CU, because I didn't find that as much at my other university, and you're here for school, obviously, and that's like one of the most important things. So how much I've been pushed academically is really another part that I love about CU. Definitely kind of scary transferring. I was worried about a lot of different things. I was first off worried that I wouldn't be prepared for my classes here because I didn't know how difficult it'd be. I didn't know how well my classes would correspond with my other classes, and with that, I did find that CU did a pretty good job of not giving me credit for something that I wouldn't be good at. So there was like one class that I already took at my other university, and they just kind of looked at the course material and it didn't quite add up, which was kind of frustrating at first because I was like, I already took this class, but then I took it here last semester, and I wasn't taking it again. It was the same title, but it was completely different class, and I learned completely other things, and I need that class to move on in my studies. So I found that was something that was kind of frustrating at first, because I was like, I already took this, but then I realized it was completely different. The material here was so different than what I had learned. So if I wouldn't have retaken it, if I would have just jumped to the next one, I would have been super lost. So I'm now very thankful that I did have to retake it, but at the beginning, that was just something that was a little frustrating. Something I really like to add is a lot of times there's like a negative perception around transferring and transfer students. I know I was like kind of scared to transfer because I was like, people will think that I failed at my other university and things like that, and that wasn't it at all. It just didn't feel like my home. And the thing is, you think that I had all these fears. I was like, I don't know if I should transfer, like I could just stay at my other place, it'll look better on me and things like that, but that's not the case at all. No one has ever like judged me for transferring. I've never been treated differently as a transfer student. I just kind of tell my story and everyone's like, we're so happy to have you here. It sounds like you fit in a lot better here, and that's definitely how I feel. So I just like to add, like, if you're thinking of transferring, there's definitely a reason that you are, and that's kind of what I figured out. Everything could be going great, but if it just doesn't feel like your home, then it's not your home. So it's worth it sometimes going through a little bit harder of steps to get to where you want, and things like that. But I just think don't listen to any of the voices in your head that are saying that it's like a bad thing or a negative thing to transfer, because it's totally not.